So, Michael Flynn. You might remember him as the disgraced former national security advisor to Donald Trump, who was let go, fired, however you want to put it, after it came to light that he had met several times with Russian ambassador Sergei Kislyak while working with the Trump campaign. Now, of course, it is not legal for people to work on behalf of a campaign and meet with Russian diplomats. Um, Fairly common knowledge among people, especially generals in the military and in politics. Now, he's fired, he's been gone, he's been replaced, but the investigation hasn't stopped. So, the House Oversight Committee, which is a bipartisan led group to investigate people and claims within the government, especially higher up, to see if he's guilty or not of maybe more than just meeting with Kislyak and discussing possible sanctions or who knows what. So they come out of this secretive meeting and they both announce that Flynn broke the law in no uncertain terms, pretty much. Now, they did not call for his arrest. I believe Elijah Cummings, he said something to the effect of it was a obvious violation of the law because Mike Flynn, was filling out an application to renew a document called the SF-86, which you're supposed to disclose any financial gains or any kind of basically money like that you have received, where it's come from, if you've met with any different kinds of foreign diplomats, foreign interests, business interests abroad, because the rules for military officials are also a little bit different because it is highly illegal. It's actually a felony for a general to conduct business abroad after retiring, or I'm pretty sure while still serving. They didn't make that clear. But Elijah Cummings referred to a specific part in the law code, which says, quote, knowingly falsifying or concealing a material fact is a felony which may be punishable by 5 years of imprisonment and a fine up to $500,000. That's the criminal code. What did I say? The law code? I'm sorry. So, no international documents relating to his hiring or firing have been provided by the White House after multiple requests from the House Oversight Committee. So, essentially, we have Donald Trump's administration refusing to cooperate into Michael Flynn's investigation, and their reasoning is that they just don't have these documents that show anything about Michael Flynn because, hey, in Sean Spicer's words, it wasn't until January 20th that President Trump was in the White House as president. So how could we have documents from before that show anything that Michael Flynn may have been involved in? It's lunacy. And they both, urge the reporters and public to press the White House to release this information and make it available to the public. They also wanted the information in their hearing to be made public. Elijah Cummings believed that it was relevant to American citizens. And Jason Chaffetz, he's the one who stated that the White House is not cooperating with the bipartisan House Oversight Committee, and just urged the press to put pressure on the White House. Now, I have more. Excuse the ruffling of the papers. But Flynn had dinner with a Russian. Now, I'll let you guess the Russian. Have you guessed yet? Vladimir Putin. in 2016. I mean, it's one thing to have a talk with a Russian diplomat and then, say, hey, we didn't, maybe I don't remember what we talked about. I don't know. I don't remember if we talked about sanctions. My memory is foggy. It's funny how their memory gets always foggy when there's allegations made against them that are pretty likely to be true. But, yeah, he's pretty fucking guilty. He might as well have guilty as fuck tattooed on his forehead. Because not only is he trying to defend himself saying, yo, yeah, I actually released, I made sure it was okay with the Department of Defense and he said somebody in the Department of the Army he got clearance from, but he's technically supposed to get clearance from the secretary or the head of the Department of Defense and the Department of the Army, which he did neither of. And he did not disclose these dealings and this money he made on his, what is it, I forget. It is the SF-86 form that he'd filled out. So, to get security clearance, you have to answer questions honestly. And on these forms, it says, hey, if you lie and knowingly conceal any of these or material facts that might be pertinent to your hiring or your involvement in our highest level of government, the executive branch and the White House, we want you to answer these questions honestly and just try not to lie. Don't be a dick. But he can't help himself. He lied. And it's a felony. It's a felony charge to answer those questions dishonestly. And that includes not disclosing revenue. It doesn't mean you have to, by not reporting it, maybe, if I don't write it down, maybe it's a lie. Nope. No. That's also a lie. You have to disclose any dealings with foreign interests. And like I said earlier, you're a retired military general. You know good and goddamn well you shouldn't be dipping your toes into pools of money overseas, especially with Russia and Turkey. Just putting it out there. Those might not be the best reflections of your character and what little character you may have left or shred of dignity he might be holding on to. Now, his lawyer and him have denied that he, like I said, did anything illegal, which is just hilarious because Flynn, here's the great part. He offered up testimony into the Russian investigation into the dealings with the election for immunity. He offered himself up for immunity to give information about the Donald Trump campaign's connection with the Russians to two different agencies. Dude. Like, if you were guilty of a murder or a lesser crime, let's say an armed robbery, just because we want it to be kind of a comparably shitty crime, and you get brought into the police station, they have you on tape robbing the store. You know it's you, they know it's you. That's not me. That's not me. Well, sir, where were you last night at 8 p.m.? Oh, I was at that store, but I don't remember it. What'd you buy? My memory's kind of foggy. I don't really remember. Well, have you been to that store more than once? No. Well, that's funny because it shows here that you've been to the store a few times in the last few months. No. Well, yeah, a few times, but not like I did anything wrong when I was there those times before that. But you did something wrong the last time you were there? No, that's not what I'm trying to say at all. What I'm trying to say is that, listen, it wasn't, okay, I did it. But it was this guy. He made me to. I'll tell you guys everything you need to know. Just give me immunity, and I'll spill. I'll squeal. I'll rat him out. Sir, you know we're investigating you, correct? Yeah, and like I said, I'll tell you everything you need to know about these guys. They're terrible people. Come on. Come on. Nobody's that stupid, Mike Flynn. Nobody. You're not fooling us. So we'll see what happens. Any developments that may occur will be very interesting, and we'll just have to stay tuned. And hopefully this piece of shit will sit in jail for the 5 years that is punishable under law for lying about falsely or unknowingly distorting or leaving out material facts in this document SF86. Ha ha ha.